Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Alvin, Darien, I have a question for you, sir.
Go right ahead, man.
You know, ducks love to dress nicely, right? Especially swans with their nice old, right? Do you know what the swan said to the duck
No, I
after
don't.
going on a shopping spree?
I don't know that one, man.
Put it on my bill.
Put it on my bill. Okay, that's a good one.
Girl, there is a way to do a bad joke, and there is a way to do it worse.
All right, good morning, world champions and first generation millionaires. Welcome to the Daily Huddle. Today, we're going to have a money topic that talks about having a safe money solution for future income. So before I get started, I got to know the time. I got to know what time it is. And according to my watch, I want to make sure we're on the same time, everybody. Gio, what time do you have, man?
I got now.
The time is
Alvin.
now. Got it. What about you, Sorrel? What time do you have, man?
My watch is right all the time, brother. And it's now.
Got it. Well, the time is now to be present. If we're focused and we're present and we make sure we're in the zone, we can do amazing things. But when we get distracted, everybody, we know our distractions. Sometimes it can take us off track to really help us get ahead financially. So if I can have the sharing rights, I'm going to jump right into it. I have a very good presentation for everybody today and a conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and share some good news here, and hopefully everybody now can see my screen. Can everybody see the screen there?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Let's talk about some goals, everybody. Let's talk about some goals. And, it comes down to these 4 goals, right? Your legacy, your lifestyle. Now, those two always have an arm wrestle, because do I build for my legacy or do I provide lifestyle for today? Remember, everybody, your future lifestyle depends on how much money you save. And what about your family, right? Will your family be able to take care of you, or do you have to take care of your family? What kind of family vacations you want to take? What are the family goals? And then the last part is future income. I want to make sure that you are in position to have future income. So as you look on the screen, just write down, if you're taking notes, the one that really stood out to you, right? For everybody is different, but at the end of the day, we all want these things. Now, let's talk about this. Income now, income later, income forever. The ultimate safe money solution. Now, understand this. We want to have income now, we want to have income later, and we want to have income forever. But we know people are living longer, right? And the forever and later, people forget that. Most individuals forget that. They only think about income now, income today, earn income, get confused with future income. Just because you're earning that income today does not mean you're going to earn that income tomorrow. You could earn more, but we got to put in position so that your money is safe. We got to put in position that your money is going to work harder for you. So I hope everybody understands that. Now, 2 major concerns. See, a problem we can't solve, but a concern, we can solve a concern. 2 major concerns, right? The first major concern that I want to bring to everybody's attention is, will I run out of money? Will I run out of money? The second concern is, will I lose money? Will I run out of money or will I lose money? See, that's on, I would say, the baby boomers' mind. Now let's take a look at this one. Never lose money, rule number 1. Never forget rule number 1, rule number 2. So Warren Buffett, we all heard of him. He said, I got 2 rules when it comes to money. Number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Like, okay, that's pretty simple. But people mess that one up. Now in school, everybody, we played a game called tic-tac-toe, right? And everybody would draw it on the paper. We had little symbols or, puzzle pieces. And we normally did it on a chalkboard, but hey, and we were trying to get tic-tac-toe, right? So if I was looking at it from a fixed product perspective, right, you're going to get less than 3% and you have safety or principal. If I looked at it from an investment perspective, you have upside potential and you have risk of principal. What if we can combine the best of all worlds? You have upside potential, safety or principal. That's a new philosophy I want you to understand. So think about that. You get the best of both worlds. We got our tic-tac-toe, and then you would be on track to build some wealth. Now, let's talk about the options for your money. There's 3 ways to look at it. The first way will be a fixed account, which means you're getting 2 to 3% or less, and it's fixed. Some people like, Alvin, I need a little bit more excitement in my life. So it goes up and down and up and down. It's very volatile, uncertainty, uncontrollable, right? You don't know what's going to happen at the end. It goes up and down. Now, some people understand how the index products work. The index follow the market, but you have no correlation in the market. And what happens when the money goes up, you get a step up. And also you get a lock in. So you get a chance to lock in your high point. Depends on the product that you decide to go with. So let's say that you have $250,000 here. If the market had a correction, when you step back up, you have $250,000, but you step up from the $250,000. So now we lock in at $500,000. Now we lock it in at $1 million. So think about that. If you're missing out on step ups, we got to fix that. We got to understand that your step ups is going to really help you in the future. Now, be honest with me. Which one you would rather have to grow your money? Variable, index, maybe fixed. You got to learn all 3. We teach classes on that, but I want you to understand, if you have all 3 working for you, over time, you may want to shift to the right one according to your age and your risk tolerance. So let's talk about how money gets taxed now. If we're going to provide future income, we got to understand, well, how is it taxed? So we understand red, yellow, and green, right? And red means stop and pay attention. Okay, so you're taxed today. So while your money is growing, you're paying taxes along the way. Now, that's your savings account, CDs, money markets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, things like that. You pay taxes along the way. Tax later, which means you defer the tax or tax postpone or tax forever, or you qualify to pay tax. That's why some people call it qualified money, because you qualify to pay tax. Well, if it begins with a 4, like a 401k, that is a tax code. If it begins with a 4, it is for the government, by the government, to support the government. So if you got a 4 in your account, let's take a look at that. TSP, CSA, just to give you an example, where is the money coming from and where is the money going? And then the next one is tax advantages, right? So a Roth IRA, cash accumulation and insurance policy, college planning, long-term care, chronic and critical illness. Now, where do you have your money? Tax now, tax later, or tax advantages? Where do you want to have your money? Now, I share with you some ideas, but let's go back to our very first paycheck. Let's go back. You got your first check with your name on it, and you was introduced to FICA and Social Security and Medicare and state tax and federal tax, and you was like, wait a minute, this is not right. So you had that shock at first, right? And then you said, okay, so I got to make more money because I got to pay taxes, right? But along that journey, you had some habits. You saved some money, you spent some money, you spent some more money, and here you are today, based on your experience and based on your wisdom and based on your decisions, are you satisfied with the amount of money you saved from your first paycheck till today? Are you satisfied with that number? And here's another, let's take it a step further. What are you going to do about that? Are you proud of that number? Okay. And what would you do different knowing what you know today? What would you do different? You would do some things differently, right? So along this journey, as you go to age 100 or older, and I wish that everyone on this Zoom and everybody on this Facebook Live go past age 100, there are some things to consider because we all have a financial timeline. We have a life timeline and we have a financial timeline. So along this journey, there's something called accumulation. So many, I would say, quote unquote, experts, they only focus on accumulation. Your money's going to grow, make your money. Your money's going to grow. Okay, that's great. That's one part of the equation, right? The next part will be, okay, the decision of what age you want to retire. According to RMD, required minimum distribution, the new retirement age is 72 and a half. Why 72 and a half? Because people are living longer. Okay, so it looks like it may be bumped up to 74 and a half in the near future. So you mean to tell me I am going to work most of my life and then I don't have much time to enjoy it? Here's a side note right quick. Between the ages of 0 and 30, you're figuring out money. You're learning money. Just figuring it out. From 31 to 60, you're going to make your most money. And from 61 plus, you're going to spend your most of your money. Healthcare, long-term care, weddings, family trips, family gatherings. You're going to be the go-to person in the future. So that's why we got to make sure your distribution, right, that you have distribution coming in a way that maybe is tax-free. Maybe it's double the income you're currently making. I want you to understand that distribution is just as important as accumulation. So the next part would be contribution. How much can you save today, starting today, no matter what? Pay yourself first. Okay. Here's a question for you. How much income per month will you need? How much income per month will you need? And the next question is, how many checks do you expect in the future? Well, I think Social Security is going to be there. I may have a small pension at XYZ company. I don't know. How many checks? Now, I want you to know this. There's changes in future income, right? So your social unsecurity may not be there. Can we depend on social unsecurity? I don't know. Company pensions, most people that we talk to and most of the audience now are, I would say, 1099 or business owners. So there's not much pension there. We got to depend on our personal savings, and you need a coach that's going to help you with that. Now, there's a hidden leg, that is an invisible leg, but it may work for some of you. It's called family. Family's going to help me. I wouldn't depend on that, but hey, I would depend on the green, personal savings, starting today. I hope you understand that you got to have your mug taken care of. Gio's like, what is your mug, man? I've been around financial planning and financial education. I never heard of mug. Well, mug is very important in your later years because you're going to always need your mug, right? So what is the mug, man? Here it is. I hope you're ready for it. Mortgage payment, utilities, and groceries. I'll say things like, Mr. and Mrs. Client, I would love to take care of your mug in the future. With this pile of money, we will have this take care of your mortgage payment, your utilities, and groceries. You're going to always need that. A place to stay. You notice I have the house there with the lights on. I didn't want to put a picture up there with the lights off. I should have had a Amazon truck bringing food there too. You got to have groceries. So mortgage payment or your rent payment, most likely mortgage, utilities, and groceries, you're going to need that. So you need a pile of money that's just going to take care of that. Hope everybody see it. Now, the next one is called, next acronym, I love acronyms, it's called GRIP. You got to put a grip on your money. You cannot have the government have a grip on your money. You got to put a grip on your money. And so the G is growth. Do you want to have growth in your money? Okay, reasonable rate of return. I'm not talking about double digits rate of returns. Very reasonable. Okay, let's say you're in your 60s. You don't want to put too much risk, right? And then you blow all your money. You want a reasonable, consistent rate of return. You want to have income for life, right? You don't want to run out at age 80. What happened to old man Bill? He ran out of money. He just ran, he had a good lifestyle, just all of a sudden just ran out of money. And then the principal protection, right? So out of the four, which one do you really want to have? Well, I got good news for you. You can have all four. There's programs out there that was reserved for the wealthy, but however, you know, we have a team that brings it to everyone. You got to have your mug taken care of, and you got to have a grip on your money. Put a grip on your money, take control of your money. Growth, reasonable rate of return, income for life, and principal protection. And as we close out, I want to share with you an example here, okay? And I love case studies and I love examples. $200,000 goes into this account. The market goes up 10%. In this example, this is a hypothetical, and I'm not going to tell you what vehicle it is. I'm not going to tell you what company it is. It's just an example on how it works. So it goes up 10, you now have 220. Hopefully everybody is with me. I didn't lose anybody. But if I lose 10%, how much money do I have? See, naturally we would say, well, I'll be back at 200,000. No, you won't. You lost 10% of a larger number. So since you lost 10% of a larger number, you're down to 198. It's like, wait a minute, I don't get it. Well, you're paying too much attention to the news and the media. They're going to say, hey, the Dow is up 30. The Dow is down 30. And it's the difference with math and money. It's a little difference. And then let's say, for instance, people just take a chance, buy wholesale, roll the dice, and that's their portfolio, everyone. However, if it went back up 10%, you only get 10% of the 198, so you're at 217 and $800. Well, let's put a floor. Let me build a floor under your nest egg, under your life savings. And as the market went up, we put another floor on there. Okay, and then we're locked in. Remember, you get your lock in. So if the market had a correction down 10%, you're still at 220. And if you go up another 10%, 242,000, put another floor. Every time we reset, we got to put a floor on there. And then $24,200 difference. What if that happened every year? In some cases, what if that happened every month? You don't want that. You want to continue to step up gradually. It's not about how much money you have. It doesn't has anything to do with the amount of money you have. You need to understand this principle right here. Same exact money, same exact time frame, very different results because of the floor. Having safe money. Remember, we started off, do you have safe money for your future retirement? So hopefully we did address these two concerns. Will I run out of money? Will I lose money? Okay, think about that. If we can understand to conquer these two major concerns and put a plan in place, make sure you have a coach, make sure you have somebody helping you with it. Like we just had our trainer just leave here at our house. So my wife and I, we work out with a trainer, 7 a.m. in the morning. They come to the house. We have the equipment here. It's amazing, right? And so you got to have a coach to help you with your money. You may have a therapist. You may have a physical therapist. You may have a coach, a mentor, but you got to have somebody that's going to help you with your money. So at this time, I'm going to open it up for Q&A, concerns, and gold nuggets. Hopefully, there was some things that I shared with you that you could implement right away. Hopefully, I gave you some insight that you want to reach out to a coach that understands your philosophy and your goals and understand what exactly you want to have in the future. So the floor is now open. Any questions or concerns or any gold nuggets that you learned today?
Alvin, I've got a gold nugget that I want to share, and I'd love for you to expand on it just a little bit. You talked about accumulation and then distribution. And you said something that was really, that hit me right there. Distribution is as important as accumulation. And can you talk a little bit about how distribution can be structured?
Wow, man, that's a good one, because if we look at the news, we look at what's on Facebook, we look at our peers and relatives, and people really only talk about accumulation, right? That's in our face all the time. Accumulation, growing money, making money, right? But when it comes to distribution, how do you want it? Like, do you want income coming in every month, every week? Do you want it coming in every quarter? I don't suggest that you get it every year. Like, here is 50,000 January 1st. Good luck with it. No, I don't want that. But we want to make sure you have a consistent income coming in from multiple buckets of money. And with those buckets of money, everybody, each bucket must have a job. So if this bucket is to take care of your mug, that's what that bucket of money is for. If this bucket is for fun, that's your fun retirement money. If this bucket over here is for family and family events, you got to nickname those accounts as the money come in.
And as you're doing that, is there also a bucket that's earmarked for, here's the portion that goes to Uncle Sam? Because I hear you loud and clear. Accumulate, tax advantage or tax deferred.
Yeah.
And then when you're distributing, though, tax comes into play. So how do you hedge against that?
Wow, there's some vehicles out there, and there are some concepts out there that when your money grows, you pay no tax. And when you pull it to yourself, you pay no taxes as long as you follow the rules. Now, I don't have time to get into the rules right now, but sometimes it comes down to what box you check. Some people check the box to pay taxes later. Some people check the box not to pay taxes later. But I can assure you this, if you put all of your money in tax deferred, eventually deferred is going to show up. See, you're not the only one waiting for it, right? Uncle Sam is like, yeah, hurry up and fatten up the pot, fatten up the bucket. I'm waiting for it too. So now let's say you have $1 million in this example, and you take out a distribution. You pay ordinary income tax based on what you pulled out if it came from a qualified account. But no, most people don't see it in the beginning because they checked the box that Larry checked, and they got the t-shirt at the HR meeting and the free lunch. And it was like, next, come on in, next. What did Larry get? Man, Larry got the X Turbo Triple 12598 plan. Okay, great. Give me that too. And see, that's how it works. But then, oh, my plan is tax deferred. What about, okay, do you understand how tax deferred works? No, but I don't have to pay taxes now. Okay, great. And I get a tax write-off. Okay, great. But what about future taxes? So we got to get the education out there on where we can put money that is not taxed at distribution. And there's ways that you can do it, but you got to have an expert to do that part. No way a person can Google that type of information and implement it the right way. You got to have somebody hold your hand and teach you the rules of money when it comes to distribution.
Yeah, so moral of the story is, don't worry. Uncle Sam's gonna get his piece either way.
Depends.
Either now or later.
It all depends on how you structure it.
Yeah.
Now, I highly recommend that people have tax advantage plans, part of the plan. If they're giving you free money at your career or your job, tax deferred, take it, right? The new plans now are like Roth 401ks are out. So if a person can just stop contribution to the traditional one, then put the contribution to the new one, It's like the old plan and new plan. It's like the old cell phone and the new cell phone.
Merged together.
Yeah. And as we have more conversations, I can really break down some more of how the tax advantage plans work, because that is going to be crucial for your future distribution. We don't want to pay taxes on 100% of distribution. That doesn't make that doesn't make sense to me. Now, maybe to somebody else. So if there was a way that you do not have to pay taxes in the future, would you like to learn more? If there was a way that you will not lose money due to market decline, would you like to learn more? You see, it's about learning more. I didn't say no more, because everybody as human beings, we know everything, right? But would you like to learn and go down this journey? Because you make it to 120, you start working at 70, that's 50 years of paying taxes. That's 50 years of distribution. And most people, distribution just it windows down. It goes down. It just keeps going down. Like, honey, we ran out of money. What do you mean we ran out of money? We just ran out of money. What are we going to do for the rest of our life? I'm not worried about that now. But right now, we ran out of money. You see, reality is going to hit so hard in our later years. And for me, I feel bad for the ones that do not have the right vehicles and the discipline and the coach. But that day is coming, that where's my income coming from? How long can we go? That day is coming.
Thank you, Alvin. Thank you.
Man, great. Man, I could talk about this stuff all day long. We can just keep the Zoom and the Facebook Live going for 24/7. And I can just really break it down, because this is my passion, man. I love it. You know, tax now, tax later, tax advantage has really been one of the things that I go to at any talk or seminar. That is the go-to, because where is the money? Who has my money? Great. Anyone else before we close out?
Looks like our time's up.
Man, we're right on time, man. I like to land the plane right at 9:30. You know, everybody, you got to make sure that you are in a happy state. People are looking for happiness. People are looking for fulfillment. People are looking to be a part of a community, to be part of a connection, to be part of a family. And one thing I can tell you here with the Daily Huddle, we are a family, we are connected, and we are making a difference. Now, make sure you do these things here, and hopefully I can get them all right today. You know, make sure you sleep and get enough sleep in, everybody. You know, don't deprive yourself of sleep because you need the energy. Make sure you work out, make sure you move, make sure you dance, make sure you move your body, because in this Zoom world, you can stay in a Zoom state and you never get out of the seat. So I'm going to encourage you to stand up and do some Zooms. Get a stand-up desk. That helps with your back, that helps with your legs, that helps, you know, with everything. Make sure you love more, love and laugh with people. Enjoy the moment. You never know. So many people worry and have fear and doubt. But if you're present with a person, enjoy that moment. Enjoy the moment. Make sure you're eating healthy. For lunch today, I'm going to have an oatmeal, spinach, 7 blueberries, and almond milk with a little bit of peanut butter powder, protein. That's my lunch. And that will last me, everybody, because the spinach, the greens, that will last me all the way to 6. And I'll get the last meal today right at 6. So make sure you're doing those things and pay yourself first. Don't forget to pay yourself. You pay Uncle Sam first, you pay the light bill, you pay the water bill, but pay yourself. You got to consider yourself as a priority. Pay yourself, and then whatever's left, you pay everybody else. But normally, you pay everybody else, and what's left, you pay yourself. So everybody, make sure that you are in the conversation. Make sure that you're part of the community. And everyone, decision is power. The most powerful thing in the world is a made-up mind. Make sure you make up your mind that you want to be successful. Thank you for your time every day. Thank you for your time, everyone. Every day counts. Every 10 minutes counts. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. And I'll see each and every one of you at the top, because the bottom is too crowded with excuses. Take care and God bless everyone. Talk to you soon.